Hey, hey, hey! Back in the basement. Welcome to the superpilotish channel. My name is Graham Wilson, and today, like I said, back in my basement, going to be talking about the trip I took for about a month. Went down to Florida. Had got a little bit of sun, not as much as the guy that was on my little thumbnail that I put on here for the video, but yeah, it's nice to be back home. It's been an interesting month or so, and I'm just going to get right to the fun stuff. Souvenirs, baby. That's right. What do you do when you go on a vacation? Shopping. Handbags. Well, not really. I got a sticker. Yeah, so this is from I'm just going to go over a few little things and, you know, uh kind of show you what I got down there. And if you have any questions, fire away. And yeah, more than anything, I just want to get back in the swing of things doing this Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon Eastern. So, where did I get this from? Key West. Why is there a chicken on there or a rooster? Well, there's these roosters all over the place in Key West. Went down there to check it out. And mile zero is for US 1. That's a highway in the United States. Goes from Key West all the way up to Maine, or yeah, Maine, I think it is. And yeah, so there's a bunch of roosters. They're just chickens, roosters. They're just walking all around in Key West, and they're just kind of part of the family down there, I guess. But apparently, they used to use them like for cockfighting and stuff like that. And then they said you can't do that, so they went, let them go. And now they're just kind of wild. So that's kind of neat. And actually, they're kind of better than the Canada geese that are all over the place here, because the Canada geese don't care; they just walk across the road and they don't care that there's a car there. But the roosters and chickens are a little bit smarter down in Key West. So yeah, so it was down there, and also got another Hawaiian shirt. Now this was a really cool color, really cool Hawaiian shirt, and but it's kind of like everything nowadays is just like, hey, that's a cool shirt. And it was size, what was this one here? This one says X large, but I usually don't take an X large. So I just I'll get a large. I come home, I put it on. It's like way too tight. So I went and get an X large and kind of exchanged it. And then like, oh, that's kind of a funky color there. And then it fit great. And then I washed it, shrunk it, and lost some buttons. So like this is like the very first time I'm using the shirt. The buttons are falling off and stuff. But it's I don't know, it's what I wanted. It was like I like having rayon shirts. Another thing I learned when I was down in Hollywood, Florida, they have a little nature center there, and there's a bunch of mangroves that they're kind of protecting. And that's kind of like these funny little trees that grow on the edge of the water. And these mangroves that I was reading in the little nature center, you always learn these little things on your vacation, that the mangroves were used, like the plant cellulose, whatever the fibers, to make rayon. So it's like my shirts are made out of plant stuff. I always thought rayon was like some kind of a, I don't know, nylon or polyester or something like that. Anyways, got a couple Hawaiian shirts. They both shrunk. They're losing buttons. Cheap. Made in Bangladesh or some garbage. Oh, well, I didn't pack enough shirts, so I had to buy a couple. And I also, it was a little colder than I thought it would be at first, about a month ago. So I ended up buying some pants, like jogging pants kind of things. I'm not going to show you those because whatever, they look like jogging pants. And another thing, check it out, Bucky's hat. Boom. Pretty sweet. That's one of the best souvenirs. I will be wearing that religiously when I'm in the garden this year, because I don't know. I had another hat that I use as a gardening hat. It's all sweaty and gross and faded and everything. So got my new gardening hat, good old Bucky's. And Bucky's is a really cool place. It's like, people might describe it as, oh, it's a gas station. Oh, but it's more than a gas station. Bucky's is an experience. And they have amazing beef jerky there too. Well, the stuff that I got was Bohemian garlic, and that like super garlicky tasting, stink out the people in the car when you're driving around. It's awesome. So yeah, I got some of that Bohemian garlic at at Bucky's. Got did a car wash, and one of the longest car washes you've ever seen. And but it's huge. Like it's almost like a tourist attraction. It's just a gas station. But I mean, there's a million gas pumps. One Bucky's I went to had a car wash. The other one didn't. I didn't try any other food there. Apparently, it's amazing, but I don't like to eat too much when I'm driving because then I get all tired and stuff. So it's like, but man, it smells good, looks good. Every type of candy you want, every type of junk, wine, beer, you name it, they got it. Shirts, hats. Bucky's is pretty cool. Good staff, friendly staff, helpful staff, fast staff. It's just like boom. You like Bucky's is like really designed to take your money quickly and with good service. So that's one of those things. It's like if you ever go to America, like I just think of Bucky's as like so American. I think it started off in Texas, but it's just like big, boom, people everywhere. Eat your junk food, get fat, America, yeah. So, anyways, but it's pretty cool, and so I'm glad I got a hat there. And I also got a new belt. So, it's weird. How often you buy belts? Like you never buy belts. I mean, what, every 20 years or something you buy a belt? But I had a belt. It was 25 years old. I had a belt 25 years old, and I wore it down to El Salvador. I thought, I'm going to get myself a fine handcrafted third world leather expert belt in El Salvador. And because this belt was really falling apart and I couldn't find anything. I got this Chinese crap belt from El Salvador, and I still got it right now. I'm wearing it. So it's like, I don't want it. And it's pretty junk, cheap Chinese crap. And then, but this one here, it's like some guy kind of handcrafted, hand chopped it, stuck this thing here. Apparently the snaps come off here. Oh, they do. And you can put whatever belt buckle you want on there. So I can get the big old dinner plate belt buckle if I want to be a trucker or something like that. But anyways, I don't think I'll be rocking the dinner plate belt buckle. But yeah, anyways, so I got that belt. So that's pretty cool. I'll start wearing that. And I don't know, like there's not a lot of places where you have like handmade stuff. And so I got that at the market in where was that? Charleston, South Carolina. So it was kind of on the way back. We went up through Charleston and I don't know, a few other little places, St. Augustine, and this little place called Wytheville. Stayed in there, little Wytheville, Virginia. And that was a neat little town. Just stayed there for one night though. Okay, so we got that. What else did I get for souvenirs? And spending all my money here. So I got this. Yeah, because you're in America, so you got to buy a gun, right? Oh no, it's a a little cordless drill. Pretty cool. I got that for free. My dad gave it to me. He's staying down there right now, so it looks like it works. Take that out. Oh, it's got a little bit on there. Yeah, so I don't know if it's got a charger in there. I got my charger hooked up over here by the workbench. Maybe let's top it up while I got it. Looks like it had some other little goodies in there. Now, this is the first time I've looked at it. I've been kind of busy since I got back from being out of town because I had all kinds of, you put things off for a month and then things pile up. So you got to get them done. And of course, my computer screws up here. Came back home, the furnace didn't work. The house was like 33 degrees. The toilet was almost frozen solid. That could have been expensive. Luckily, none of the pipes burst. But let's see if we can charge this up. Does it work? Put that guy there. Well, nothing went on. How do we disconnect this? Probably squeeze, pull. Oh, yeah. Pretty cool. I never did have a cordless drill because I'm not... I bought a cord full drill, a drill with a cord years ago because I had no drill. You got to have a drill. Like, you just got to have one, whether it's got a cord or a cordless one. That's probably one of the first tools you got to get. And so let's see if this charges up. But back in the day, the rechargeable batteries, They were kind of junk, so I didn't really bother doing that. So I got one with a cord. But every once in a while, a cordless drill is nice to have. To just, you need one little thing. You grab it, zip. The problem is that whenever you need to use it, your battery's always like dead. So let's try this. All right. I don't know if that means it's fully charged with the red. Oh, it probably says something. Battery full. Oh, okay. There we go. Battery is good. Check. We'll keep that in there. We'll see how long it lasts. So I'll throw that in my drill bag. Laser. Okay. And hello, Mona Moore. Thank you for welcoming me back. So see you in the chat there. All right. So we got that guy. Yeah, I'll probably leave this in the charging place. This is where I keep all my charging stuff. That's my battery for my cordless weed whacker. And off screen, looking professional. You should see all the junk over here. It's like pretty bad. Actually, I'll show you all the junk. There we go. Whoa. See, you don't see all that garbage when you're seeing my nice set here. That's all perfect. But it is a workbench and they get cluttered up. So I'll do something with that. So I got my nice drill. That was free. Thanks, Dad. And another thing. So yeah, we went to a few different places in Florida, stayed in Georgia. That's where I got my hat and the Buc-ee's in Calhoun, Georgia. And yeah, we kind of booted around here and there, went a little bit on the beach. And it was kind of cold, then it warmed up. Then we kind of made our way slowly back to Windsor, where I live. And on the way back, I got in touch with Joshua Lysek, who is the world-renowned best-selling ghostwriter, who's a terrible ghostwriter because he's very public about being a ghostwriter, but he's a good one. And he's written a few books. I've met him a couple times. And yeah, so I picked up a copy of, okay, we don't get political here on the superpilotish channel, but I like Joshua Lysek, so I'm buying his book. So I bought this off of him. Donald Trump, dun, 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 bulletproof. Oh, superpilotish is a Nazi. No, not really. I just thought, let's see what the book is. Are you afraid to read something? I'm not. So let's see what we got here. And there we go. He even signed it for me. That is what a Joshua Lysek autograph looks like. So thank you, Joshua, for meeting up with us and getting this book here. I just started reading it. That's where my bookmark is. And we'll find out who did it. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far, but it's a pretty cool book. You can see, like, it starts off, it answered like a bunch of my questions, like right off the bat. So you're like, oh, Trump got shot. No, he didn't. It's fake news. Yes, he did. So, and it kind of shows like where the shooter was and stuff. And he's got some little diagrams here. The scene. So you can see where the shooter was, where the grandstand was, stuff like that. And then I was always wondering, like, how far away was that? Because everyone says, oh, yeah, oh, anyone could take that shot, rah, rah, rah. And I have no idea. I don't really shoot rifles or anything like that, but I did see one picture in here. Yeah, it wouldn't show up on the camera here, but so the shooter was 430 feet away. So I don't know, can you shoot a rifle 430 feet and hit an ear like that? I don't know. Probably, if you got a scope or something. But anyways, I will find out the truth reading the book. So yeah. Oh yeah, and this other guy, Jack Posobiec, he wrote it too with Joshua. So it's funny, I didn't really know how how like famous Jack Posobiec is till I was talking with Joshua, like just the last time I picked up the book. And it's like, I've heard the guy's name, but he's like, oh yeah, like 65% of Americans know him or something. I'm like, oh. And I got my names. I didn't even know who the shooter was, or like, anyways, it's pretty embarrassing talking to an American that wrote a book about that type of thing, that shooting. And I don't know nothing, but I am a Joshua Lysek fan, so I will buy his books. Yeah, so there was that. Oh, now the other thing that's really cool about going on vacation is that you learn stuff if you go different places. So when I was at the market in Charleston, okay, I'm always on. This is my kind of summer hat. This is my linen flat cap. I had to wash it. It gets all sweaty and stuff like that, but really easy to wash and dry. Linen flat cap is the way to go for the summer. You can just keep washing it and washing it. Hand wash, warm water, lots of soap. Give it a good rinse, dry it out. You're all good. But one thing I didn't know about flat caps. Okay, this is my normal flat cap you see me with. Maybe I'll throw it back on. You can check out the bald hairline. Okay, we'll go back to normal here. And put Bucky's back there. Yeah, so if you have a flat cap of some description, this guy showed me he had a hat store in the market in Charleston, South Carolina, and he said, "Oh, you know what you do with your flat cap?" Because I was wearing this at the time. He showed me. It's like, because I was asking him about a Panama hat. I heard a real actual Panama hat. You know, it's got a nice brim on it and stuff. I heard you can roll it up, put it in your luggage, and then unpack it. He said, no, you can't really do that with a real Panama hat. But he said for a flat cap like mine, what you do, here's a tip. This is something you learn. So you take it, you fold the back of it over like that, and then you tuck this little guy in there, put the peak in there. So now you got this little, here's your flat cap. And he's like, yeah, you just throw that in your back pocket or, put it in your luggage. It's nice and flat. And then, I mean, that's what people do that with their Air Force guys in Canada. They got their wedge. That's the type of hat they have. And then they can go like that and they can put it in their back pocket and put on a baseball cap when they go flying or go airside or something. But yeah, so you can do that. It's all flat. And then go like that. And there's your hat back again. So fold over the back, put your brim underneath, put it in your back pocket, whatever you got to do. There we go. We'll squish Bucky over there. And so that's a little thing I learned there too. The other thing I learned was that in Charleston, South Carolina, their airport there is kind of a joint military base, civilian base, and it's home to the 437th Airlifting Wing. I think that's what it's called, Airlift Wing. And they got a whole bunch of transports in there because I was out, I was kind of looking out the window there and I could hear, the great big loud transport, C-117 transport. I look, oh, cool, airplane, right? So you got to run out the window. Oh, cool, C-117. Then I hear another one. So there's like 5. They came in and I'm like, how many transports they got there? I looked at Google Maps and it's like, that's a major transport airport there in Charleston. So if you like the big transports, go check out Charleston, South Carolina, and then hang out sort of downtownish. You'll see him coming over there. And hey Harold, thanks for showing up, man. Good to see you. And then we got in Key West too. That was a good place to watch airplanes too, because depending on which runway is in use, like they'll come right over downtown and like they're descending. So it's like you'll hear this. You'll be down the touristy part of Key West and you'll hear the jet. And you look up and there's a jet. Oh, Delta's flying over, or whatever. It's pretty cool, and that's pretty neat. The other thing I learned on my trip was hotels are all messed up. If you ever follow me on Twitter, X, whatever, I was posting a few things that were messed up in these hotels. And you know what? I just found that absolutely every hotel you go in, there's like, for me, if I got a house, I kind of want everything to work. And just like kind of bugs me if things don't work, right? Or kind of bugs me on an airplane if things don't work either, right? So it's like there's all these little things that was like it's driving me nuts at first, and then I got used to all the hotels being wrong. By the end, there was like this busted door. The last hotel we stayed at, I'm like, I don't care. But there was like I replaced the flapper valve on a toilet once because it just kept running and refilling. It was driving me nuts. So I had to go to Home Depot. Well, to keep my sanity. I mean, It's one of those things there. It's like, okay, is it going to take me an hour to fix it myself? Or am I going to call up somebody? Or it'll just drive me nuts. Or I call somebody up, I wait around for like 6 hours and maybe no one shows up. Or do I just like go take an hour, do it? It's simple, it's done. You know, I didn't even tell anyone I fixed that. And light bulbs, I bought some light bulbs too because the light bulbs are burned out. I don't care. But yeah, it's just about every hotel has something like totally, I don't know, like just, yeah, it doesn't work. Oh, there we go. Harold was saying here, oh, you know what? I'll get to the chats afterwards. I'm out of my sorts here because I haven't been doing the show that much. But I will get back in the swing of things. Okay, so the hotels are all messed up. By the end, it was like, I've adopted the zen of, I don't care, not my problem. Except for a running toilet, just drives me nuts. I will fix those. But and then what else we got here? Oh, another thing there too. I learned Bucky's Bohemian garlic is the best for their beef jerky. That's my favorite, anyways. We'll always get that every time. We tried some hot and spicy. We tried some other types of beef jerky there, but the Bohemian, I highly recommend Bohemian garlic beef jerky from Bucky's. And there we go. You know, I got my it's my little StreamYard setup that I have here to do where I can put all these little things up here like this and this. So like this little setup, they kind of changed it on me. So it used to have, oh, there's the, yeah, I was thinking, how long have I been going for here? Like, oh, there's the, I don't know if they changed where the clock is where I was going. But okay, Harold here. So that's about it for the show, but we'll see what Harold has to say. Good to see you too, Harold. He's going on a Delta plane tomorrow morning. Glad I could tune in today. Okay, I'm glad you could too, Harold. Yeah, so going on Delta from Detroit. Harold just never actually met Harold. One of these days we'll have to get together. But yeah, Harold doesn't live too far from me here over across the Detroit River there in Detroit. So Delta has a pretty big, they have their own terminal over there at the airport in Detroit. And apparently if you're taking, there's like some, like I've only been in there once when I came back from Florida there the other month. But if you want to check your bags at the Delta terminal in Detroit, if it's kind of like on the lower level, right by the parking garage or something like that, and there's like nobody there in line. Like if you want to, you got a couple bags you want to check, you can just like go in there and check your bags, and no one knows it's there because it's not a regular check-in desk kind of whatever you call it at the airlines. But that's the secret place you can check your bags is kind of downstairs at the Delta terminal in Detroit. So what do we got here? Harold popped in here again. Okay, if I make it back home, you probably statistically won't crash there, Harold. We can meet up in spring, McNamara, DTW, that's Detroit, Atlanta, MLB. They have two areas. That's the secret spot. Oh, yeah. MLB. What airport's that? We'll Google search that. MLB airport. You can tell I'm not an airline guy. I just teach people how to fly. Melbourne. Oh, okay, I've been there. Yeah, going down to Florida. Awesome there, Harold. Cool. And yeah, I flew into Melbourne before. That's right by Orlando. We used to have a direct flight from Windsor to the Melbourne airport, which is kind of around it's a bit more of a drive to Orlando, but it's less congested and stuff like that. So we used to have a direct flight from Windsor down to Melbourne. So my girlfriend and I went down there. It was quite a few years ago, 2018. They don't have that run anymore, but that was nice. Direct flights are the best. So, oh, very cool. Harold's going to the Space Coast. Excellent, man. Yeah, I went to NASA is really cool when you go there. I don't know if you've ever been, but I went to the you walk around and they play all this music, dun, da, 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 dun, da, 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 and it makes you feel real American. If you're an American, you'll be like walking around. Yes, we went to the moon. It's pretty cool. We're all heroes here. You're all part of the NASA team, stuff like that. And but that was really interesting. And I would say, yeah, when I went to go to see NASA, we just kind of popped in for a couple hours, ran around, and then caught our plane. But it would have been like if you're a real total space nut. Yeah, plan on spending the whole day at NASA, and then they have these little bus tours, yeah, and they'll take you out closer to the launch pad, and you go on a couple of these little bus tour things, and that can burn up an hour, walk around, go get some space sprinkles on your ice cream. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I hope you get to see like some kind of blast off there, Harold. That'd be awesome. So, okay, cool. That is about it. I'm glad I made it back to the basement safely and everything's all right. I just got to fix my computer now. I got to take my car in for an oil change tomorrow. Got to get my pilot medical. I got to catch up on all this stuff. But and Harold has to go blast off. Actually, I got to blast off right now. So I got to fix my computer. It's driving me nuts. I think I got like this solid state drive that fried on me. But I gotta back up. So, okay. Yeah, that's about it. So today is Wednesday. All right. So now that I'm back here at home in my basement, I will definitely be back on Friday. Why? Because I do this Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon Eastern. So thank you for watching and bye.